A manager at a famous fitness center gets a phone call from one of the potential clients at the very beginning of January. A lady on the phone says that she has been looking for a good gym for herself and one of her girlfriends. She then continues to list all the different equipment and facilities they would like their new gym to have, and asks the manager to walk her through the different membership options that are available. The manager thinks for a second, and then says, "May I ask if this is one of your New Year resolutions?" "It most definitely is," she tells him excitedly. "In that case, I have the perfect option for you and your girlfriend," the manager says. "Great," the girl says, "please tell me more about it." "It is a one-day membership, which includes 4 selfies," the manager tells her. A woman comes back home after she has done her weekly grocery shopping. As she walks into her house, she hears her phone ringing in the hallway. She takes the call and realizes that it is her son ringing her. He sounds very upset, so she asks him, "What is wrong?" He tells her, "Mother, I have had enough here. Could you please come and pick me up?" "I cannot do that, honey," she replies. "But why?" he exclaims. "I have been stuck here for 4 days already." "Yes, I know," she says, "but that's not how it works." "But why?" he asks her again. "It will only take you 20 minutes to come and get me, so why can't you?" "Because you got married 4 days ago, and this is where you now live," she says. A cute blonde walks into a popular appliance outlet store. After a bit of wandering around, she seems to have made up her mind about her purchase. She calls up a shop assistant and tells him, "I would like to purchase this TV." A shop assistant takes a long look at her and then says, "I am sorry, miss, but we do not sell TVs to blondes." She gets upset at first, but then decides that this little problem will not stop her from getting a new TV set. She goes back home, dyes her hair brown, and goes back to the store. She approaches the same assistant and tells him that she'd like to purchase this particular TV. The assistant tells her once again that they do not sell TVs to the blondes. Determined now more than ever, the blonde goes back home, and this time, she dyes her hair black. She goes back to the store, finds the same shop assistant, takes him to the same shelf, and demands that he sells her this particular TV. The assistant once again tells her, "I am very sorry, but as I have mentioned before, we do not sell TVs to the blondes." Shocked and frustrated, she asks him, "But how do you know that I am a blonde?" He smiles at her and says, "Because this is a microwave." A guy is on his way to meet a very important client. He is running late already, and, as if to make the matters worse, once he arrives at his destination, there are no parking spaces available. He is getting more and more nervous as he is driving around the car park, trying to find a place to park. Finally, feeling completely desperate, he raises his eyes to the sky and begs, "Dear God, please, help me this one time. If you do, I swear, I'll stop drinking, and will attend every Sunday service." And suddenly, as if by magic, an empty parking spot appears, few feet away. Excited, he raises his eyes to the sky once again, and says, "Don't worry about it. I have found one myself." Recently, a new shop opened in a town, where any woman can come and get herself a perfect husband. There is a big sign near the shop entrance, which goes over the rules around the shop. It reads as follows. Rule number 1. You can only visit the shop once. Rule number 2. The shop has 6 levels, and the quality of men improves with each new level. Rule number 3. You can take any man on a floor, or go up to the next level. Rule number 4. You cannot go down to the previous level. So one lady decides to go and get herself a husband. She reads the rules very carefully and goes into the store. There is a sign on level 1, which reads, "Men who have jobs." She thinks for a second and decides to go up to the next level. The sign at level 2 reads, "Men who have jobs and love children." She again decides to go up a level. The sign on level 3 reads, "Sexy men who have jobs and love children." Wow, she thinks to herself, yet decides to go up a level. The sign on level 3 says that the most handsome men who have good jobs, admire children, and love helping around the house, are located at this level. And again, after a few minutes of hesitation, she continues on to level 5. The sign at that level tells her that she can find the most handsome and sexy looking men on this level. They have good and stable jobs, love children, and will be helping her around the house, and, in addition to all the above, they are very romantic. The woman feels very tempted, yet decides to proceed to the last level. On level 6, she sees a huge sign that reads as follows. "Congratulations! You are a visitor number 1,562,338, on level number 6. There are no potential husbands on this level. The whole purpose of this level is to prove that a woman can never be satisfied. Thank you for visiting our store, and goodbye." One of the patients, from the mental health institution, demands to talk to the doctor, as soon as possible. Because the patient is visibly upset, the doctor invites him to the office, for a talk. Once they are seated, the doctor asks the patient, what the problem is. The patient says, "Please doctor, you have to separate me from my roommate." "But why?" the doctor asks. "Because he thinks that he is a motorcycle, and I just cannot handle it anymore." "Is that the sound that he makes that bothers you?" the doctor asks. "No, I can handle the sound," the patient says. "But the exhaust really gets to me." A doctor examines a patient at a hospital. The patient is badly bruised and has a few broken bones, but is awake. During the examination, the doctor asks the patient if his injuries were a result of a road accident. The patient confirms that doctor's assumption is correct, and he indeed was in a car accident. The doctor then looks at him and says with a smile, "You must be a very fast driver then." "Oh no. I am a slower walker," the patient replies.